Hey guys, and welcome. Today we're going to create a program from scratch in real time, and we're going to be doing this all together. And we're going to do this using Google App Engine. We're basically going to create a website and have it so that you can enter some text into a ROT13 translator, and then that will output some ROT13 text for you. So for example, I'm going to enter some text in here like hello world, and then that will translate it to ROT13. If we hit submit again, it will untranslate it and then put it back. I do notice that there's a bug here, so you see that this is hello world. If I actually capitalize this W, the O is not going to translate correctly. The O is supposed to be a B, but for some reason it just does it wrong, and it does that. And if I translate again, it's gonna, well, in the previous few times I did this, it translated incorrectly, but for now, I don't know why it translated correctly that time, but it didn't do that the previous times I tried it. I guess there was an update or something. Aha, there it is. So if you actually put a comma where hello world is, it's gonna mess up. But we're gonna have a working version where it gets rid of that error. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. This is the website that we're running right now. We're running on localhost 8080. There's nothing really on the web page right now except for hello world. So we're gonna work on the HTML page to make it look exactly like this, and then we're gonna work on the code to make it behave like it does. So let's go ahead and get started on that. I'm just gonna review the code here and see what we have. Okay, this should be all good. If you haven't seen your previous videos, you can watch it to get caught up. This was all explained. Like, this entire thing right here is explained and written in all the previous videos. So same with this section right here, and this part wasn't really written in other videos, but it's basically straightforward. It's just basic HTML. So we're gonna first focus on making it look like this page right here, and there are some rules we have to follow as well when creating this encoder using Google App Engine. So the text area has to have the name text. The form method must be post, not get, and you don't forget to escape your output. There's also this part right here, but we're not going to worry about this because that's going to be at the very, very end. I'm going to put that like down there at the bottom. It's something we don't need to worry about until the very, very end. So these things, these like three things right here, we can finish them right away. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create some text here that makes it look like that. So I'm going to open up our text editor, and then I'm going to create some h2 tag, which is already there. I'm going to type in some text that says enter some text to ROT13. I'm going to save and then refresh this, and then it looks exactly like this now. So looking good. Alright, now we're going to create a text area. Actually I'm going to create a form first. So form, and the method, like the instruction says, has to be post. So I'm going to declare that right away. And then so we have a form created now. I'm actually going to delete this part right here where it says it has to be post, because we already just did that just now. We don't really need to care about it. There's also this part here that says don't forget to escape your output. We already did that right here where it says auto escape equals true. I don't think we actually covered this in a previous video, but you can make it so that Jinja automatically escapes your variables by doing auto escape. So auto escape equals to true, and that will automatically escape it. So I'm just going to delete this part right here. And auto escape, what it does is that it basically escapes. So it makes it so that people can't really hack into your website using HTML. That's what it does. So it's just a security feature. It will convert any slash marks, for example, or actually any greater than symbols, to ampersand, GT, comma. It's gonna like convert this. It's gonna convert this thing right here to this, and inside of HTML it gets interpreted the same. That's basically what auto escape does. That's what is meant by escaping. Okay, so that we have that. I'm gonna close this app.yaml file because we don't need it. And inside the HTML, we gotta still make this box right here. So we just created the form. Now we need to create a text area, and then we need to give it a name of text. So that is done, and then we need to create a submit button as well. I'm going to go ahead and create a submit button. Input type is equal to submit. So this should look very similarly to what we have over here. It looks like there is there's some break between the text area and the input type submit. So I'm going to add a break as well. So BR right before it, and then it looks like that this text box is a different size. It should be more like this, something like that. So I'm going to just view the source code here because it looks like there's a fixed height and width already applied. So I'm just going to copy that same exact thing. Inside the text area, I'm just going to have style is equal to, and I'm just going to copy this. So height is 100 pixels, and then width is 400 pixels. So 400 pixels. All right. So now if we refresh this page that we have here, it looks exactly like this. The only problem now is if we type in hello world, there's nothing that's going to happen. Nothing happens. It's supposed to actually say error because we did not create a post method yet, so that's kind of weird. That is very weird. Oh, I didn't end the submit button. Okay, so now if I refresh this and hit submit, it's going to say error because we did not create a post method inside of our main handler class just yet. All right, so I'm going to type in hello world, and it's not going to know what to do with that. It's going to say error. 405, method not allowed. Anytime you get an error 404, that means it's an error with the browser, or it's an error on your side only. It's not an error on the server. I think 5 is the server and 4 is your own browser. Okay, so now that we have this done, I'm gonna just make sure everything is indented properly. So all of this stuff has been indented right here. That looks good. Anything in the body also has to be indented like that. So there we go. This is proper indentation levels now. Yeah, this is fine. So we have the basic HTML done. Now I'm just going to create a variable here called translated. So anytime we enter some text here, it's going to automatically translate it using the translated variable. And now that that is done, we basically don't even have to touch this this code anymore. We're done with this basically, pretty much. So now I'm going to go back to ROT13 and then to a ROT13 Python file, and in here we're going to define a post method. So define post, and this is the part where it gets like where I'm not 100% sure on what's going on because we still have to create the program that actually encodes it. And I came up with a solution. I know it's not going to be optimal, but it is a possible way to do it. And I've done this before where it was like just a few lines of code, but I'm not gonna think deeply into that. So it's gonna be quite a few lines to get this working, but it should be fine. I mean, there's definitely optimal solutions, and I've done ROT13 a few times already, but we're not gonna do a really quick solution in this video. Maybe I might look it up at the end and just give out the answer. So we have a post method. We're going to do self.display HTML as well. But we're also, and then we're going to give it index.html. But we're going to have a translated part. So we're going to have right here where it says translated equals to translated. Okay, so translated is something that doesn't exist yet, so I'm just going to put in some text here. Translated is equal to hello, whatever. Alright, so now if we refresh this and then we type in something, it's always going to say hello, whatever. So I just wanted to show you what that would look like, what this does. So that's what it does. So we're going to type in like all this text, it's going to say hello, whatever. That's not really what we want. We want it to translate to ROT13. So now I'm going to create an entirely new method that just translated to ROT13. I'm going to go ahead and create that method right now. Should I do it outside though? So I do it outside the classes or inside the classes? I'll do it inside the classes because it keeps things trying to organize. So we have a get method right there. Yeah, I'll post it after the post method. So define translate to ROT13. Is that even a good variable name? I don't really. I guess it's translate to ROT13. Okay. So that's what the method name is going to be. Actually, I'm going to rename it to encode ROT13. or translate to ROT13. I'll just name it translate. I guess the variable names really matter, so I really care about them, so that's why I spend some time thinking about what the variable name should be. Alright, so now that we have a variable name for, or a method name for that, now we have to create some code for it. So it's going to take in an input of untranslated. Okay. Now we're going to, inside of this method, we're going to create a new string called upper cases is equal to, and I'm just going to put in like an entire string of A, B, C, D of all the cases that we have, and I'm going to do it again. J, H, A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P. I'm just going to leave it to M. I do this because up to M it's going to be 13, so A through Z is 1 through 26, and then A through M again is going to be like 26 through 30, through 39, something like that. So it's basically going to make it so that anytime we put in an A, or anytime we put in a W, it's going to translate it to whatever this W is plus 13. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's going to translate to this. Anytime we put in the Z, it's going to translate to this. That's the basic idea. So that's why we do it twice. And in the first case, it's just all uppercases. So that's what we have right here. Okay, so I'm going to make another variable called lower cases, and that's going to equal to the same exact thing except all in lowercase. And I guess we can just make it so that we can just do upper cases dot lower, and yeah, we can just do that, upper cases dot lower, like that. So we don't have to type that entire string again. Okay, so we have that. Now we're gonna take in the input of untranslated. So what are we gonna do there? I'm just trying to think. I'm just trying to think really quickly. I'm gonna use enumerate. So there's a thing in Python called enumerate. It basically tells you the number, the current thing you have, and the number, current number it is. Do I even need to use that? Might even need to use enumerate. So let me just think real quickly. Give me like a few seconds to just come up with something and try to put it in there. Okay, so I'm just gonna start writing random things. So for character, for char in untranslated. Okay, so if char in upper cases, if char in upper cases, we're gonna do location is equal to upper cases dot index, and then give it a char, and then we're gonna do then we're just gonna do location plus is equal to 13, and then we're gonna do new char is equal to upper cases, and then give it the location. I'm doing this real time, so this is like really crappy code I'm doing, but it's fine. I mean, this will work. It's just so long. I don't like the length of it. And I have done this before in like really short, like maybe like a few lines, like 2 or 3 lines, but this is like the first time I'm doing this in a long time, so we have to do it the long way first. We might be able to figure out a better way at the end, but for now this is what we're gonna have. So I'm gonna create a new thing called new string, and then we're just gonna have it blank, like that. So if char in uppercases do this, and then add it, new char equals uppercases location, and then we're going to do new string plus is equal to new char. Okay, so elif, now we're going to create an else if, elif char in lower cases. We're going to do the same thing, and again, I hate copy pasting, man. This is really bad code, but this is again, this is like whatever. We're just gonna have to deal with this for now. So I don't like doing this, but it's fine. It's gonna work. So if elif char in lower cases, it's gonna do that. Else, we're just gonna add new string plus is equal to char, and then there we go, we have a new output. So return new string, and that is how you do ROT13 in like the worst way possible, but it works. So, and again, there is definitely a better solution than this, but this is what I came up with right now. So we're just gonna call it up right here. We're gonna up where it says post, we're gonna do translate. So we're gonna call self dot translate to ROT13, or actually translated is equal to wait, what? Oh yeah, we're supposed to get all the variables first. So text is equal to self dot request dot get, and we're going to look for all the text attributes, and then we're going to use that in translated. So translated is equal to translate, self.translate ROT13, and we're going to give it the text. And then this should be it. I'm pretty sure there's going to be an error because this is the first time we're running it. We're just running it out of nowhere. I'm pretty sure there's going to be an error, but it worked, I guess. Did that work? I'm going to type in some text. Hey, look, it worked. So, hello world. Let's translate to that, and let's translate it to this. So, same exact thing. We created the ROT13 program. Again, I hated how we had to do this. This is like one of the worst ways to do it, but I'm 1,000,000% sure like we can do this in like 2 or 5 lines, like 3 lines or something. And I'm pretty sure I have done this before, but it's really hard to think because I gotta like think quietly, and if I talk out loud, it's gonna be really hard to come up with a solution for it. So I'm just gonna leave this as is and try to come up with a solution later. You can try to come up with a better solution than the one we have right now. This is like 1 billion lines long, so it's kind of terrible. Like this repeats too. Like this is really bad. This is really bad right here, how it repeats. Otherwise, it's not really that bad. So again, you can probably move all of this stuff right here into list comprehension. But right now, this is what we have, and we're done. So now we're gonna fulfill the very last thing here, which is, I'm gonna delete this part because we don't need that anymore. Which is put in the URL. So we're gonna do that. I have the documentation open up on how to open it or how to run a project like this. So I'm going to now open up the app.yaml file and then give it like a unique name. So where's that? App.yaml. I'm gonna give it a name. So ROT13. I'm gonna name it megawatt apps ROT13, and then that's what it's called. Megawatt apps ROT13. So now we're gonna go ahead and just inside of this folder, we're going to right click and open command window, and then we are going to type in gcloud app deploy, and this should work. Error, the application field is specified. The application field is specified in here. This field is not used by gcloud and must be removed. Okay, so I did this wrong. We're gonna have to delete this line right here. Okay, so we're going to delete that line, and now we're just going to run that command again. I don't know why it keeps doing this. So gcloud app deploy. Hello world. That's not what I don't want that ID. So I'm going to give it the project ID of project megawatt apps ROT13. This is what I want to name it. So I'll go to apps ROT13. We're going to go ahead and press enter. Error, gcloud app deploy. You do not have permission to process app ROT13 permission not allowed. What? It's kind of weird. So for your project ID, I guess I'm just gonna go with the default. We're gonna. I mean, there's probably a lot of things you gotta do with this, but this is fine. So I'll just say yes. Continue bidding deployment of service. You may also visit the gcloud file located at this thing. Okay. So now it's uploading. So file upload is done. You want to continue beginning deployment of service, blah blah blah, updating service. So now we just gotta wait. And then after this, we're gonna type in gcloud app browse, and then that's gonna open up the application on a website. So let's go ahead and just wait for it to load. I don't know how long this is gonna take. This is like the first time I've ever tried uploading something to gcloud. So yeah, we'll see how long this takes. So I mean, everything works now. Translate to SR. And ours is actually better because we can type in something like hello world, like this, and it will translate it correctly. Whereas this solution right here, you type in hello world, and it messes up. Hello Q, WQRLD, that does not make sense. That's completely wrong. So over here, it's right. This is completely right. We translate and it works. So this gets a green check mark for working. This one works, and then this one does not work. This is terrible. Like look at this. This is wrong. So there we go. That's wrong. We created a better version than the ones on the website. So I have no idea what's going on right now. Why is it doing this? How long is this going to take? Well, we basically finished the project anyway, so we're done with this. We're good to go. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to post in the comments below. And thank you guys for watching. If you stayed through that entire adventure, then that was really awesome. I would recommend subscribing because I will make more videos like this in the future. In fact, there's going to be another video like this shortly afterwards, so definitely recommend subscribing. It's already 6 p.m. It got really dark outside, so can you even see me in this room anymore because it's so freaking dark now? Anyway, that's basically it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. May you guys subscribe.